think I have an idea. You know what the video is? You know what this video is going to be? You know the title's name? Yes, for the very first time, I'm actually going to do a tier list based off one of the world's greatest platformers and iconic as well, Sonic the Hedgehog. But why am I doing this? Well, let's just assume you are new to this channel. And let's just say you don't know who this Sonic is. Well, let's take back in 1991. Sonic the Hedgehog. What can I say about him that hasn't been said by other people? He's one of, if not the most recognizable and iconic video game characters of all time. Yes, that one franchise that Sega created just to rival Nintendo's Super Mario back in the late 90s. That one franchise that gone through so many changes since the jump to 3D. That one franchise that many of us heard of before. That one franchise that I think we already know at this point. Now, as this video is being uploaded, I haven't played every main series Sonic game. I mean, if we're talking every Sonic game, then I did dabble some spin-offs, some handhelds. Now, this isn't our top 10, obviously, if you couldn't read the title. This is based off a tier list. Now, this isn't going to be a type of tier list where I talked about every Sonic game main series, because talking about every main series Sonic game requires me to almost play every Sonic game. Now, when it comes to Sonic games, there's one consistent thing that has been good since over the years, where it's on both 3D and 2D, and that is the soundtrack. Sonic soundtracks has always been, how can I describe it? Energetic, always energetic, consistently over a few years, and I thought it would be a great time to talk about every Sonic soundtrack from each game. Now, why do this? Because at least doing this doesn't require me to play I just need to listen to every soundtrack. Now, this is not the first time that I done anything Sonic related. In fact, just a few months ago, not too long ago, I made a complete version of the top 10 Sonic mobile games, which you can click up on the card. I'm not gonna point where it is because how easy to just get it wrong. Anyway, Sonic soundtracks has always been energetic, upbeat, and a lot of them have some vocals. So I thought it would be the great time, for the first time, do a tier list based on a franchise I really liked. With that said, begin. Alright then, so here we are with the Sonic soundtracks tier list. So I'm gonna be, all of these is just based on my opinion. If you think any of these are your favorites, all of these are S tier, some of them, or some shit like that, then that's fine. So starting off, we have Sonic 1. Now, Sonic 1 is not really my favorite game, both in gameplay and the soundtrack. Well, the music is really, all of them are really memorable, but not something I will go back and listen to. The two tracks I can think of that are sort of my favorite are Spring Yard Zone and Starlight. And everything else, while I remember every piece of it, is not something I will go back and listen. So I would say put Sonic 1 in B tier. Sonic 2, however, I feel like this game has more favorite tracks for me. I feel like about half of the tracks are my favorite, like Chemical Planet. Yeah, that's one. Hilltop Zone, Mystic Cave Zone, Metropolis Zone. As bullshit as that stage is, its music is really good. It's both Wing Fortress and Sky Chase Zone is radical, as well as that final boss theme. I say I say Sonic 2 has more points. I want to put it S tier. I want to put it S tier. I see put it in S tier. It is my favorite game, both in terms of its gameplay and soundtrack. Now for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, both Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I know the soundtrack has its fans. And I do like a number of tracks of them, like Launch Base Zone, Hydro C Zone, Starlight Carnival, Mushroom Hill, Flying Battery, Lava Leap Zone, and that's about it. It's not. I'll put it in A tier because while I like it as well more than Sonic 1, like Sonic 2. Well, like Sonic 1, it's not something I will go back and listen. Well, I mean, it's not something I'll listen a lot. In fact, I should say, if I'm going back to listen to these songs, it will be either different remix by different different composers, remix versions of these tracks. In fact, I should say that when I was talking about Sonic 2. Sonic CD, now I am aware of the both. This game has different separate soundtracks depending on the region you're in. If you're in Europe and Japan like me, you will be more familiar with the soundtrack than the original soundtrack, which you might listen. Well, I won't say I haven't listened to Sonic soundtrack for a while. I do remember a slight more tracks a bit Sonic 1. I feel like I just remember just as much as Sonic 1. I put it in B tier because, well, if we're talking about Japanese theme, I say it ain't my favorite, but remember, the only tracks I remember is Palm Tree Panic, Collision of Chaos, Stardust Speedway, and Metallic Madness. And we'll talk about the US soundtrack. I remember Tidal Tempest, the American one. Now that one slaps. It really does. So, I can't say that's not my favorite. I say it just goes B tier. I say it's good just as Sonic 1. Now, 8-bit Sonic 1, thinking about the Master System port of 8-bit Sonic 1, I'm starting to remember how much more I remember. In fact, I might say I like the soundtrack more in the original. Well, I remember the original Green Hill, Bridge Zone. If we're talking my favorites, I feel like one of my favorites is the 8-bit Labyrinth Zone. And the boss theme. And that's about it, honestly. I wouldn't say I want to put this higher, but I feel like that's like Sonic 1. That's like the only two tracks I sort of remember. So I say it's good as Sonic 1. Now 8-bit Sonic 2, I have not listened, well, every soundtrack, but in fact, I'm gonna go on YouTube and just listen to it. Oops. Okay. Green Hill Zone. This song, that's from the Sonic CD game, the Japanese opening to Sonic Warrior. The fact this game came out before Sonic CD made me realize that 2 Sonic Warrior is actually a remix version of this track. But I made up my decision. 8-Bit Sonic 2 is going to C tier list. Not bad. It's not bad. It's just not that memorable to me. Sonic Chaos, on the other hand, I mean, I still remember a few zone songs, but the only one I think is the first zone, which is Tutorial Zone and Mecha Green Hill Zone. So quick question: am I the only one who thinks that Mecha Green Hill Zone sounds really similar to Zero's theme? Nope. Well, yeah. Alright, C tier. Sonic Triple Trouble. This is another one I never played. I mean, I played Sonic Chaos. I remember playing the Master System version. Fun fact, the Master System version of Sonic Chaos is only European exclusive. Fans won't get a chance to play until it was released on the Virtual Console. Now, for Sonic Triple Trouble, I never listened to the soundtrack, so... Act 3 version. Let's listen to that one. Decision. Sonic Triple Trouble for its soundtrack is going on B tier. Now for Sonic Blast, well, before that, let's talk about these three specifically. Now Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 1, S tier. Easily my favorite Sonic soundtrack. One of mine. Sonic Pocket Adventure, well, in fact, I actually, unlike the Game Gear games and this one, I actually remember a lot of these tracks, but that's because they're only just 8-bit renditions of Sonic 3 soundtrack. The rest of the levels are just from Sonic 2. Sonic Adventure 2, S tier. One of my favorites as well. Sonic Advance. Well, I remember playing a little bit of it. I'll say this now, I haven't grew up with the advanced titles. I don't play much of them, in fact. I haven't played a lot of the advanced titles, so I'm not really what you may call a Sonic Advance fan. But I did play all of them, just a little bit. I feel like I played Advance 3 a bit more. But starting with Sonic Advance, I think the soundtrack is B tier. Right. Sorry. Sonic glasses. I'm just going on deep tier. I don't know. It's just something about it just doesn't click with me. Sonic Advance 2. Sonic Advance 2. Unlike Advance 1, I feel like I remember just a few more songs than this one, just slightly. So we'll put it. I want to put it C tier, but B tier. I like it. I said slightly, just slightly. Also, I'm aware how the game looks in Sonic Glass. It looks disgusting. Advance 3, I remember a bit of tracks. I remember playing a bit more of Sonic Advance 3, but even I gotta agree that I feel like Sonic Advance 2 is best of the trilogy in terms. Now, Sonic Heroes. This is another game I never played. I never played Sonic Heroes, but I have listened to its soundtrack a bunch of times. There's some good memorable tunes in there. Seaside Hill, Grand Metropolis, Casino Pop, Bingo Highway. The special stage music. Shadow the Hedgehog. I heard a review before, but the game, but I never listened to its soundtrack. I saw the gameplay, but it looked really Sonic the Hedgehog's OST is just okay. It's just okay. Not something I would listen to when I'm working. Sonic 06. I say one of my favorite soundtracks returns its soundtrack. Sonic Adventure is my favorite, both in terms of Sonic's campaign and the OST. But I never played 06. I saw the gameplay and it looked pretty underwhelming when I first saw it. I was kind of spoiled by other games that came out before it in terms of its content, like Sonic Unleashed, Colors, Generations, but its soundtrack, I actually do enjoy Sonic Rush's soundtrack. I say put it in 8. I would say. I mean, it's not something I would go back and listen so frequently. I think it deserves an 8 tier. Sonic Rush Adventure. Well, I say its tunes is just as wonderful as its predecessor. I do like a lot of tunes. There are some like Dante, Coral Cave, Sky Babylon, the boss game, specifically. Sonic and the Secret Wings. This is another game I never played. Any games I never say that I never played, those games I played, I did play Rush and Rush Adventure. Secret Wings, not really. I have listened to its OST, and the only ones that comes up in my mind are 2 tracks, Rings in Hand and I forgot its name. Evil Foundry, that's the name, Evil Foundry. I only remember 2 songs, basically Several Rings in Hand, but that's only because of the everywhere in the game, and Evil Foundry, because of a certain YouTuber that you may or may not know. You may sort of know. Wanna know why I say that? Just go to Evil Foundry track and look at the comments. You see it. So I feel like it goes in C2. Advance 2. Sonic Advance 2. I kinda like Sonic Advance 2's OST slightly more than Sonic Advance 3 and Sonic Advance 7. So I'd say those are my 2. Sonic on Black Knight. Unlike Secret Wings, I may not play both of the solo games, but I feel like I remember more tracks from Black Knight than Secret Wings. There's a lot of good songs in there. Great action. Like Night of the Brain, Pumpkin Night, Through the Fire. Those are really bangers. As well as the final boss being good. Sonic Unleashed. I found Sonic Unleashed on the soundtrack being really underrated, but there's some great tunes in there. A lot of them. One of my favorite tunes are the Pub World tunes and the Nighttime themes. The only gripe I have is that during the Nighttime stages, we're in Battlefield, and every time you're in a fight, that jazz Battlefield always plays. I mean, it's a good song, but when you hear it about the 60th time, you wish there was an option to turn it off. That song I'll just leave version for that jazz. I'll leave this one by Sonic Colors. On the other hand, Sonic Colors is actually the first Sonic game I ever played. So I have a bit of a nostalgic bias with this. But Sonic Colors, for its soundtrack alone, is easily the best and my favorite. Out of all the Sonic games, man, I love Sonic soundtrack. I'm serious. Not a single one I found dull, out of place. I love just about every soundtrack more than the ones I put in S tier. Sonic Generations. Now, Sonic Generations for the 3DS, both the console and handheld soundtrack are great. The DS version has, the DS version of Colors. Well, while I did say that Sonic Colors has been very roots and new fake, everything I say can apply to the DS version. Now, Sonic Lost World. I found Sonic Lost World really underrated. Well, for its music, the gameplay, I played it and, well, it's definitely Sonic Lost World. I do find it really, I do find the music really, it's one of those tracks, like the ones in A and S tier ones I find myself going back to. Sonic Forces, another one I never played. It's good. Not the best one. The only number ones tracks out there in this game were the Sonic and Avatar stages. The Avatar ones being my favorite, but there's some good tunes in there. I actually like the vocal themes. And I'm sorry, the classic Sonic songs are garbage. Ugh. They try to replicate this Genesis vibe, and I'm sorry, it just does not work. But overall, it's B-tier. Sonic 4, D-tier. I just don't like Sonic 4's music. I mean, it's not horrible, but it is one of my least favorite. Episode 2, however, better, but not by much. It has good tunes, but not so much memorable. Episode middle shames the same thing, so I'll just leave that. Sonic Mania. S tier. T-Lopes did a fantastic job. He knocked it out of the park while composing each song. And the original tracks are very great. Olasun's Oculus. And that leaves us with the HD console of Unleash. I mean, both share the exact same. There's really not much I could say about it. And that is my complete Sonic music tier list.